Hello, sports fans. We are ready for week number 9 in the league where they play. For pay! Great to be back with you guys. Happy Halloween, creatures of the night. Oh, what sweet music they make. As last week, I had another incredible week. 20-3 overall, adding up all the picks. The last 2 weeks, I'm like 38-6. I told you right around this time last year is when I took off. Week 6, I had a bad week, but week 7 and 8, I sure made up for it. I had 2 tremendous weeks. Last week was an awesome week. You know what I've done the last couple weeks? I've stayed away from all the noise. Pick games this way, pick all favorites, pick underdogs, pick games underwater, pick games standing on your head. I got rid of all the noise. I'll pick the games the way I want, and it'll work out. By the end of the year, I'll have another incredible record. You can guarantee that. 20-3 last week. I think I'm 38-6 the last 2 weeks. You can't get any better than that. Let's go to week number 9. Let's go to Philadelphia. And we're the Philadelphia Eagles. A -7 against the Denver Broncos. Philadelphia up to 7-1. They beat San Francisco. Now they get the big running back from Miami. Why in the world the Dolphins traded a guy? I have no idea why they did that. Eagles give up a 4th round pick for him. So I thought that was a great pickup for Philadelphia, especially considering they lost Sproles. So Philadelphia 7-1. Wentz looks good. Both sides of the ball look good. Now they had the big running back from the Dolphins. I like what I see from the Eagles. I don't like what I see from the Broncos. 3-4, lost to Kansas City last night. Simeon throwing picks. Expect Lynch to start. I don't think Lynch is going to be the savior either. Broncos going in the wrong direction. You got to like Philadelphia here. Maybe play them a few different ways. Money line, teaser, move it down to 1. Even straight up, you got to think the Eagles are going to handle their business this week at home. Denver, I just don't trust them at all. I just don't. So I like the Philadelphia Eagles here. That's pick number 1. Pick number 2. Let's go to the Meadowlands in New Jersey. Not too far from here. With the LA Rams a -3 against the New York Giants. Giants 1-6 off a bye. As far as I'm concerned, the Giants have a bye the rest of the year. Rams 5-2. One of the surprises of football. They are also coming off a bye. You got to go with the Rams here. Why is the spread only 3? The Giants are decimated at receiver. They lost 24-7 to Seattle last week. The only team they've beaten is Denver, and they're not any good right now. I mean, you got to like the Rams. The Rams look good. They're an inch away, the Rams, from being 6-1. They could have very easily beaten Seattle. Rams is showing me a lot. Giants have nothing. Their season's over. I like the Rams. That's pick number 2. Pick number 3. Let's go down to the Big Easy, the Superdome. Who dat? With the New Orleans Saints a -7 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay 2-5, lost 4 in a row. Were lifeless against Carolina on offense. It's funny, Tampa Bay put up a lot of points on that good Buffalo defense a couple weeks ago. They couldn't get anything done against Carolina. Tampa Bay 2-5. They're one of the most disappointing teams in all of football. Awful job by the Bucs. New Orleans, they're up to 5-2. They've won 5 in a row. I actually gave New Orleans 1 extra win last week. I said they were 5-2 last week. They were actually 4-2. They had a bye. They now are 5-2 off the win against the Chicago Bears. Who would have thought the Saints, after going 0-2, would be 5-2 at this point? I certainly didn't. Great job by the Saints. You got to like New Orleans here another couple of ways. Money line, move it down to 1 in a tease. Even straight up, I mean, but you can't like Tampa Bay under any circumstances. They've shown nothing this year. The Saints are firing on all cylinders. I like New Orleans. That's pick number 3. Pick number 4. Let's go down to Jacksonville with the Jacksonville Jaguars are -4 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati 3-4. They did beat Indianapolis. They did not look good doing it. They needed an interception late to win that game. Jacksonville 4-3 off a bye. I'd like to see Jacksonville at home play a big game. They've gotten good wins on the road. They've come home a couple times and laid an egg. Let's get a big crowd down there in Jacksonville. I mean, come on. I mean, let's fill the building. Your team is 4-3. You're fighting for the division. You're improved. Let's get a big crowd down there. I think Jacksonville can handle Cincinnati. Cincinnati was a hair away from losing at home to the Colts. I think Jacksonville's defense will smother the Bengals. I like Jacksonville to get through. Again, money line here, maybe go that way. But I like the Jaguars. That's pick number 4. Pick number 5. Let's go down to Carolina, where the Carolina Panthers are -2 against the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons up to 4-3. They ended their 3-game losing streak. They did beat the Jets. They didn't look great doing it, but they did get the win on the road in the rain, so I'll give them credit for that. Carolina beat Tampa Bay. They're up to 5-3. Carolina has some good things. They got Cam Newton. They got some good receivers. They're going to get Olsen back. They have a good defense. Got to get a better running game. Cam Newton cannot be your leading rusher. They need a better running game. This is a very interesting game, a very strange game. Atlanta hasn't been all that impressive this year. Carolina's kind of been up and down. I'll go Carolina to eke it out in a field goal game. I could be talked into Atlanta in a teaser +8. It's a very strange game. But Atlanta hasn't played a big-time game since they played Green Bay, so I'm gonna lean towards Carolina at home here. It's a very tough game. If you liked Atlanta, couldn't argue with you. I'll lean towards Carolina in a field goal. Very interesting game. That's pick number 5. Pick number 6. Let's go down to Houston, Texas, where the Houston Texans are -12 against the Indianapolis Colts. Colts down to 2-6, lost to Cincinnati, lost 3 in a row. Looks like Luck may not play again this year. It could be a lost year for the Colts. As a matter of fact, it is a lost year for the Colts, even if Luck comes back. Houston 3-4, lost to Seattle. I'll tell you, Watson looks amazing. I mean, despite throwing 2 picks, 1 was run back, he still put up unbelievable numbers. Houston is now an offensive machine. The problem is they're not good on defense now. With Watt and Merciless out, they're hurting on defense. But my goodness, how good has Watson in that Houston offense been? This is a team that couldn't score a touchdown the first 2 weeks of the season. Now they're putting up points against teams like Seattle. They're 3-4. They're a much better team than 3-4. They could easily be 5-2. I know they're hurting on defense, but their offense right now can do no wrong. And Watson looks like an absolute star. The Texans made a great selection picking him. There's going to be a lot of teams that are really going to be looking back on this draft saying, we blew it. You know, a bunch of teams could have had Watson. They passed on him. He looks like a star. You got to like Houston here. You got to like them. They've been putting 30-plus points on everyone. The Colts are a dead caucus. Got to like Houston. A bunch of ways you can play him. Got to like the Texans. That's pick number 6. Pick number 7. Let's go down to Nashville, Tennessee, with the Tennessee Titans at -5 against the Baltimore Ravens. Tennessee 4-3 off a bye. They haven't been all that impressive this year, Tennessee, but they are 4-3. Baltimore 4-4 blew out Miami on Thursday Night Football 40-0. That was an absolute disgrace of a game by Miami. We'll see about Flacco. He's questionable. Took a hard hit last week. We don't know if he's playing. I got to like Tennessee again. Money line teaser. I got to like Tennessee at home coming off a bye. Baltimore is too up and down for me. I'll take Tennessee. That's pick number 7. Pick number 8. Here's a pack your bags trip. Yeah, let's go. Arizona, -2.5 at San Francisco. My bags are packed. I want to go to this game. Arizona, San Francisco. My bags are packed. Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? Let's go! Arizona 3-4. Palmer's out. Lost 33-0 last week in London. They're coming off a bye. San Francisco 0-8. Lost to Philadelphia. 2 weeks in a row, the Niners have been bombed. I mean, now they got a new quarterback. Get the quarterback from New England. What do you do here? To me, you move the line to 8.5 and you take the Niners. I mean, the Niners were close to beating Arizona the first time they played in the desert. I feel safe. San Francisco, new quarterback, getting 8.5 at home. Palmer's out. I got to like the Niners that way, but it's a game I do not like. It is really a messy game. My bags are packed. That's pick number 8. Pick number 9. Let's go to Seattle, with the Seattle Seahawks are -7 against the Washington Redskins. Seattle 5-2, quietly have won 4 straight. Defense got carved up by Houston, but the offense looked great, so Seattle's putting some things together. Washington 3-4, lost 2 in a row, have a ton of injuries. They're going the wrong way. They have a tough schedule. They came out flying against Dallas. They're up 13-7 in the rain. They got a field goal to go up 16-7. The field goal gets blocked. Dallas runs it back. Dallas takes a 14-13 lead. The game was never the same. Good night, Washington. Washington has too many injuries right now. They have too many guys out. I got to like the Hawks here, especially in a teaser. You move this line to 1. You got to think Seattle's going to take care of business at home. I like the Hawks. That's pick number 9. Pick number 10. Let's go to the Big D in Dallas, where the Dallas Cowboys are pick'em with the Kansas City Chiefs. This line originally opened at -2 for Dallas, but now Elliott has been suspended for 6 games. It's gone down to pick'em. Dallas 4-3, won 2 in a row. Like I said, beat Washington. Kansas City up to 6-2, beat Denver last night. I'm going to take Kansas City in a teaser here. I was going to take them +8. I'll still take them +6. You have to think the game is going to be close. Elliott is a huge loss for the Cowboys. The Chiefs, even when they lose, they're close. So I got to think the Chiefs are going to at least hang around in this game, if not win the game outright. So I'll take the 6 and feel confident that way. I like the Chiefs in a teaser. That's pick number 10. Those will be my 10 picks this week. 3 games I'm going to throw out. Detroit -2 at Green Bay. That's a throwout. Green Bay's 4-3, off a bye without Rodgers. Detroit's 3-4, lost to Pittsburgh, lost 3 in a row. Stafford and the Lions were in the red zone all game against Pittsburgh. Couldn't score a touchdown. Settled for field goal after field goal after field goal. So Detroit is going the wrong way. That's a throwout. You don't know what you're getting there. Oakland -3 at Miami's a throwout. Oakland's 3-4. Lost to Buffalo. I mean, the game was tied 7-7, and then Oakland just turned the ball over left and right, especially the one right at the end of the half that really cost them with 40 seconds left. Turned the whole game around, so Oakland's going in the wrong direction. Miami 4-3, lost 40-0 to Baltimore. Now they've traded their big running back. The coach called them the worst offense in football. Cutler's going to play. Miami has rebounded before. Somehow they're 4-3 and they've been shut out 3 times. It's amazing. They're actually 4-3. It's a throwout. I don't know what you're getting there. And Buffalo -3 at the New York Jets. Jets are 3-4. They've lost 3 in a row. 3 close games, but they keep losing them. Buffalo is doing a great job. They're 5-2. Like I said, beat Oakland. They're feasting off turnovers. McCoy is playing well. The quarterback's playing well. Really good job by the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to throw that game out. I just don't know what to make of it. I'd probably lean towards Buffalo, but the Jets have been in a lot of close games, so I'm going to throw that game out. And then you have teams with a bye. You have 6 teams with a bye. Chicago 3-5 with a bye, coming off a loss to New Orleans. We got to keep an eye on Miller. He had a serious injury. They were worried he was going to lose his leg at one point. Looks like he'll be okay, but that was a serious injury, so we're all thinking of Miller. So Chicago, they're on a bye, lost to New Orleans. They're a very odd team, Chicago. I mean, they're very strange. You don't know what to make of them. Cleveland 0-8, lost to Minnesota, played well in the first half, then fell apart in London. What else is new with the Browns? Minnesota 6-2. They're doing a great job with Keenan. I never thought Minnesota would get up to this record with the quarterback, running back being out, but their defense is playing well. Really nice job by Minnesota. They're on a bye this week. New England 6-2, beat the Chargers. Offense has not been playing great, but their defense has gotten better. You knew New England was going to have another big season. You're going to look up. New England's going to be 12-4 again. Pittsburgh 6-2. They beat Detroit, despite Detroit throwing for 400 yards. Pittsburgh's red zone defense was great. Hit a 97-yard touchdown pass. So Pittsburgh, when you look up, has the best record in the AFC. And the LA Chargers 3-5, lost to New England, ended their 3-game losing streak. So those 6 teams are on a bye. So there you go for your week number 9 NFL picks. I hope to keep it rolling because I've had 2 just incredible weeks back to back. And it's funny how it works because I had a bad week 6 and now week 7 and 8 have been off the charts good. As far as college football, the college football rankings come out tonight. We'll keep an eye on that. As far as this week, you got a couple of games to keep an eye on. Oklahoma State, always a fun rivalry. The Bedlam series, LSU at Alabama. LSU is playing better lately. Va-Tech at Miami. Miami's undefeated. Wisconsin undefeated going into Indiana. Tricky game. Penn State off that terrible loss to Ohio State, a game they should have wrapped up. They're in Michigan State this week. And Ohio State off the great comeback win against Penn State. They are now in Iowa. That's another tricky game. Ohio State off the emotional high at home. Now they got to go on the road to Iowa City. That's a very tricky game. So that's your college football. World Series, Astros lead the Dodgers 3-2. The story of this series, listen, the Dodgers have blown 2 games. They blew game 2. They were up 3-1 in the 8th, 3-2 in the 9th. Blew that game. And then the other night, they're up 4-0 and 7-4 with their best pitcher, Kershaw, on the mound, and he cannot hold the lead. Kershaw is not the same in the postseason. He is a great Hall of Fame pitcher in the regular season. He was doing better in the postseason lately, pitched great in Game 1, but it all fell back for him now. He gave it all back. You're up 4-0 and 7-4 in a pivotal Game 5. You have to hold the lead. Dodger bullpen has been atrocious. It's been overused. Dave Roberts keeps going to his bullpen early. All these managers pull their starters too quickly. The Dodgers, to me, I mean, they really should be winning this series. And give Houston credit. They've hit a lot of big home runs. They've come through. They've come back. But the Dodgers got to be sick that they have lost that. Now the Dodgers throw Hill against Verlander tonight. Verlander hasn't lost since he's been an Astro. And Hill, to me, is not a number 2 starter. I don't know what the Dodgers were doing putting him in the number 2 role. Darvish was awful in his start. The best pitcher for the Dodgers has been Alex Wood, and he was their 4th starter. And to me, I know I should get over this. The Dodgers should have never let Greinke go 2 years ago. You put Greinke on this team, that's a guy that can give you innings. You don't have to use your bullpen, and he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. Why the Dodgers let him go is beyond me, and I don't want to hear about money. The Dodgers have $90 million in dead contracts this year. They're still paying Carl Crawford. So if you're paying Carl Crawford not to play, and you're paying Adrian Gonzalez, and $90 million of your payrolls from dead contracts, I don't want to hear about it. You should have signed Greinke. You add Greinke to this team, and then you really got something. But the Dodgers, oh my goodness, this is going to be hard to win 2 games. You got Hill tonight. Darvish is scheduled to go in Game 7. He was terrible. He only pitched Game 1. So the Dodgers, they could look back at this and say the 2 games they blew in this series really cost them. But they are home. They got the National League rules now. It's been a fun World Series. Should be interesting. And like I said, you got to give credit to Houston. Springer, Correa, Verlander, Altuve, all big-time players. Should be a wild scene tonight in Dodger Stadium on Halloween. So there you go. You guys are all caught up. You guys are all set. You got the Breeders' Cup this week for all you horse racing fans as well. You guys stay happy, healthy, and safe. Have a great Halloween. Pick a lot of winners. Make a lot of money. I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday. Take care.